When playing skill-focused games, I've often heard people say they can get in the zone, a state where everything fades away and all their experience manifests itself in glorious fashion. This was not something I fully understood until I stumbled across Assault Android Cactus. On the surface, Cactus is much like any other twin-stick shooter aiming for an arcade feel, with a focus on high scores and large groups of simple, easy-to-kill enemies. However, Cactus sets itself apart by focusing on meaningful variety in both overall playstyle and moment-to-moment combat. The characters you pick from have extremely distinct toolkits, and aesthetics just as varied. With the limitation of each character having only 2 weapons, the developers managed to make each android easy to understand and distinct enough so as to never play too similar to each other. The main weapon of every android demands a different type of accuracy to use efficiently, and their sub-weapons complement each style perfectly. Add on top of this the fact that succeeding in the game requires defeating enemies in consistent and quick succession to keep up your kill chain, and you have a system in which success is achieved through entirely different and interesting means depending on your character. For the titular android Cactus, who has a standard machine gun and closer range flamethrower to supplement, the game is a fairly even-keel affair. It largely consists of focusing your damage in smart ways to ensure something is always dying, with an occasional swap to the flamethrower should a big enemy appear. For a vastly different character like Coral though, combat is all about carefully choosing when to fire your shotgun, and keeping easy-to-kill enemies close at hand, while managing space in weaker crowds with your laser shield lest you be overrun. This distinctness and approach extends to every android in the game, all allowing a unique mindset of efficiency, as well as accommodating to very different types of players. To round out your abilities, you are given one of 3 power-ups at consistent periods throughout each level. Be it extra bullets, massively increased movement, or stunning every enemy in the stage, they are all extremely useful in their own way. But where they succeed in fitting into your plans, rather than halting them, is they will cycle to the next power-up after a short time, allowing you to strategize based on your character, while still requiring you to remain aware of its positioning to capitalize on it when the time is right. All of this adds together into a remarkably simple game flow, rich in variety and strategy that accommodates to your preferred method of approach. As well as player choice being deliciously varied, the enemies manage to remain simple but functionally unique from each other. They range from small dogbots that can limit your movement with a tether to hulking brutes that launch homing mines from afar. The amount of situations you can possibly deal with on a moment-by-moment basis varies wildly, as well as how each character can approach them. But the game smartly allows a few hits before actually penalizing you, so failures never catch you by surprise amidst the storm of projectiles. Due to the ever-present force of maintaining your kill chain, solutions to these problems must be devised on the fly as well. This forces you not into rote memorization to succeed, but instead understanding how best to apply your character in any given situation. Attempting to achieve this kind of rapid problem solving naturally leads to a flow state, in which you deftly balance all forces at play to carry you through to a massive kill chain. This is the pinnacle of Assault Android Cactus's accomplishments. Not only is reaching this point extremely satisfying, but getting there doesn't require an absurd amount of time. Before writing this video, I had only played about 5 hours of it, but even then I was able to bob and weave, perhaps not with the best of them, but certainly well enough to feel proud of my successes and fully enjoy the game. This kind of highly refined experience focused on the intelligent application of skill both respects your time as a person with things to do, but also stays interesting and varied should you choose to linger and soak it all in.